A group of cross-party Taiwanese lawmakers has landed in Paraguay, hoping to deepen ties between the country's legislatures. While meeting with their counterparts, the group called Paraguay a steadfast friend to Taiwan. It's one of just 12 countries that still maintain formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan instead of China, and the only in South America, as Beijing increasingly tries to poach Taiwan's allies in the hopes of isolating it. But experts say pro-China voices have been growing in Paraguay. One group of Paraguayan lawmakers recently visited China, and another lawmaker said this in a recent interview with Chinese state media.
It's only a matter of time for Paraguay to finally become part of the 183 countries that recognize China and leave the mere 12 countries that recognize Taiwan. The parliament is advising the president of Paraguay that we should evaluate the possibility of establishing diplomatic and commercial relations with China, reaching a consensus that aligns with the interests of all the Paraguayan people.
One expert says all of this indicates slow but widening support for a diplomatic switch, driven by pressure from agriculture and business communities in Paraguay who want access to Chinese markets, and by China-friendly opposition parties, as well as a faction within the ruling party.
While still a minority opposition, who China's sentiment, who has a pro-China sentiment, is becoming more vocal and more organized, and more politically acceptable than in previous years.
This doesn't mean a switch will happen anytime soon. Experts say ties are still relatively stable now. Paraguay's president has repeatedly said he remains committed to Taiwan and indicated cutting ties is not a possibility. Last year, the country kicked out a Chinese envoy for allegedly urging the country to switch relations. There's also a lot of cooperation and exchanges. Taiwan's foreign minister was just in Paraguay in July. A Paraguayan governor is on a visit to Taiwan right now, and a delegation of Paraguayan officials recently met with Taiwan's representative to the U.S., emphasizing that bilateral relations are strong. The risk of a switch could come in the future, particularly if a China-friendly opposition party wins the presidency. This would be a huge loss for Taiwan. It has only 12 diplomatic allies left and is working hard to hang on to them. Ke says the flurry of recent visits between the two sides could be a response to this risk.
So Taiwan is reinforcing ties amid a growing China-friendly rhetoric in Paraguay's Congress, especially given that a Paraguayan opposition party delegation has recently visited China for economic and cooperation opportunities. While Taiwan's delegation, which is composed of all three parties in the Legislative Yuan, could announce new cooperation projects and offer tangible benefits to counter pro-China's economic argument within Paraguay's Congress.
So while ties may be stable now, there are warning signs for the future, meaning Taiwan may need to work even harder to shore up ties with its only ally in South America. Justin Wu and Cadence Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.